coffee? No. This is coffee.
Oh! E!
Ooh.
Oh!
Oh my god, it looks so bad. Okay, so
All right, no one look at Casey. Cover the left side of your screen.
Hi, Georgia. So
Hi, Georgia. Hey, Georgie.
I tried using dry shampoo today, and I guess I used too much, and my entire scalp is white, and I look like an old woman, and I hate it.
I think you look fine.
Oh,
and I don't know how it's coming out on camera. Hello, Scott. Good morning. Hello, Scott. Hello, Georgia. Hello, every faceless entity out in the digital ether. And a special thank you to today's unofficial sponsor, Villainous Grounds.
Wow.
So we, as I'm sure you know, Casey, was it last Tuesday or 2 Tuesdays ago now? First Tuesday of the month.
That was 2 Tuesdays ago.
June is flying by, and it's making me sick. I feel like summer just started, and all of a sudden, I blinked, and now it's going to be, before I know it, I'm going to be raking leaves.
Yeah.
And it's slightly infuriating. Regardless, the first Tuesday of the month, we did a retailer live stream with Villainous Grounds Coffee. And comics. It's a combination coffee store and comic book shop. And I actually am drinking coffee, Scott. Yes, excellent observation. And you want to know what coffee I'm drinking? Bam! Villainous Grounds.
Let's see. This is the medium roast. Wait, where's the name?
I think it's just Villainous Grounds medium roast.
Oh,
so they said they were kind enough to send us 3.
Yes.
They sent us one of their bourbon barrel elk blends that I still have to try. They sent us this medium roast, which I'm drinking right now. And then they sent us another ground, which I forget the name. Either way, extremely generous. Thank you so much to Villainous Grounds. You can go to their website and check them out. You can buy their comics as well as their coffee, because as mentioned, it is a coffee comic book store. And I do have to admit, I think I screwed up while brewing it, because I put in what I thought was supposed to be 6 cups worth of grounds, and the coffee only brewed about 2 cups.
Oh,
so
is it very strong?
I am jonesing. I don't know if it's intended to be that strong, but I think I just made a very strong batch. I had intended to make some for both of us, but unfortunately, I drank it all. But with each time brewing the coffee, I promise to get better, and I will learn my bean to water ratio.
Fascinating. Chocolate, nutty, caramel, and apple.
You want to try some?
Sure.
As long as you promise me you're not sick.
I am not sick. Where did you put your mouth?
All over it.
Oh God.
when I'm at my desk and nobody's looking, I like to drink my coffee like an aardvark. I just stick my tongue all over.
That's really good. I thought it was gonna be really strong because you messed up, but it's actually really good. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much. And I don't know how you take your coffee, but that's black too. I got no cream, no sugar, no nothing.
Wow.
Cheers to you, Villainous Grounds.
Villainous Grounds. Even a Noah can brew it.
That's true. It was an adventure this morning because I had to friggin' that pot's seen better days.
Yeah,
our coffee maker, because I think we used it and then we stopped using it and then nobody used it, which meant that nobody cleaned it. So it was definitely some scrubbing in hot water this morning. You're welcome, break room.
Gary says we can use the coffee maker that she got us.
That's true.
That's a single serve, right? Okay.
Yeah, so it's one at a time.
Gotcha. And she also says that she has pieces of signal, 95-mile-an-hour winds, and no electric since midnight Sunday.
Whoa!
That's awful.
Well, Gary, thank you for tuning in the middle of a maelstrom.
Yeah.
Here, I like to imagine that you got a little generator and you're cranking up to try and keep going with Coffee and Noah. Speaking of going with Coffee and Noah, I want to say special shout out to
Coffee and Noah? What about Casey?
Who?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Casey Brennan from
Yeah.
Zenescope Entertainment.
That's me.
Yeah. Sorry, it's me and the coffee right now.
Wow. Okay.
it's me and my medium roast. But no, I just wanted to say shout out to all the VIPs who stopped by our booth in AwesomeCon in DC.
Mhm.
And I know that I'm going to forget everybody's name. I had it written down at the office, and I left that up there in exchange for the coffee.
Well, I know there was Larry.
Oh my gosh, Larry, and special shout out to Nolan, who's Larry's grandson, who my highlight of the convention was just talking to him about anime, because I love it. He's got to be like 10 or 12 years old, but just listening to him talk, like I was listening to him like, yo, I was this kid. Yeah. I was this kid just going off on Naruto and talking about Rock Lee and Gaara and the Chunin exam. So I had nothing but a blast with both of them.
AJ Boyd was
yes,
there? Yeah.
AJ Boyd was there. I think I saw a Maria Hart there. I think I saw a Philip Blake. Or a Phil. The Waldos. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the real names right now, but they were both dressed as Waldos, and they left some stuff at the booth. And as I was explaining Grim Tales of Terror, because I like to call Karis like a terrifying Where's Waldo. As I'm explaining that to a customer, I see in the corner of my eye 2 Waldos reaching over the booth to grab the stuff they had left.
Yeah.
It was like World War Z, but with Waldos.
Wow.
So special shout out to them. If I blanking on your name and you came to our booth, extra special shout out to you. We had a lot of VIPs show up. So
and a few new ones, right?
Yeah. A lot of graphic novel buyers. This was a big graphic novel show, which got me like, like I'm super excited, especially because we had another interaction where a guy came up to us and he said, hey, last year you guys gave me a free Van Helsing comic book. Where do I go from here? And he bought the full box set.
Nice.
And so that's like 2 times now that like somebody has come back having gotten a free comic book from us. And they were like, yo, I love this character. I want to know more about her. What can I do to sink my teeth in? And they just plow through and go right ahead to the box set. So
that's cool.
Yeah, exciting time. And I will say I've successfully completed the entire Van Helsing box set as of this weekend.
Woo! Yay!
Thank you.
Wait, should I hold on? There's no confetti.
That's okay.
That's okay. No confetti.
But to you at home, if you have not yet read through the entire Van Helsing box set, what are you doing? You're missing out on an incredible character and storyline.
So did you literally like bring home a box set, or did you like piece them together?
I've been kind of piecing them together.
Okay, and that's what I did.
Yeah, and then depending on like I have that box set on my desk that I can go to for reference.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was just kind of like piecing it together. And then, when I was visiting my family in New Jersey, I was reading a lot on my tablet because I just had the PDFs. So whatever I could do, but I've officially completed like all 9 volumes that are included in the box set. So next up, I am going to reread League of Monsters and Dracula's Daughter, because those were actually some of the first 2 that I read. But once I read those, go into Eve of Oblivion, and then the one-shots, and then we're cruising, baby.
We're cruising.
Cruising! With a Z.
Virtual Con. That's happening this week.
Tell them all about it. I gotta take a break. They don't want to hear me yabber for 30 more minutes.
It's the Birthday Con 18.
What?
Ooh, I can't wait for all the jokes that say, "Wow, Casey and Zenescope are the same age." I mean,
You're older than Zenescope.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, she's older than Zenescope.
I am older than Zenescope. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
Makes you feel a little better to know that you're older than the company that you're employed by.
So where were you in 2005?
Oh, 2005. I don't know. Our audience is gonna hate us, but I was probably in elementary or middle school. Because 2000. I think I would have been in middle school. I'm trying to think what movies came out in 2005.
I'll tell you what I was doing in 2005. Graduating kindergarten.
Hey, all right. Then I was, 2005. I
It must have been elementary.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? And you knew right then in that moment. You said, "When I grow up, I gotta work for Zenescope."
Well, it's so crazy because I was actually organizing a lot of my comics this weekend. It was spring cleaning weekend for Casey, and I okay, this is a good question for everybody. I put in the comments. I need to know. So before I started working at Zenescope, I had a Silver Dragon comic and I had a Zenescope comic, but I had obviously no idea that the two were connected.
Mhm.
So I put the Silver Dragon comics with the S's and the Z, or Zenescope with Z's. So, well, Zenescope's the only Z, but but now, since like I know, part of me wants to put them together. Like, this is all the Zenescope Dragon stuff, but they're not two different publishers, but they're under two different names. Like, what do you do? Do you organize how do you organize your comics? I guess I'll start with that.
So if you're asking me personally, I will say, even if it is an offshoot of another established publishing company, I will break it up. So I have my DC shelf, but then I have my Vertigo shelf.
Okay.
So and then I also have my Young Animal shelf. So even though Young Animal and Vertigo are both imprints of DC, in my mind, the subject is different enough that I'm like, okay, because all my Vertigo comics are like, okay, you got Grant Morrison, Peter Milligan, Alan Moore, all of these like psychedelic, authors. And then with DC Young Animal, you've got all of these like young up and comer cool punk kids. And then with my DC stuff, it's all like the legacy, like, okay, these are like the classics, the John Byrne, the the Neil Adams, the blah 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 blah, whatever. So I don't know, that's the way that I do it, kind of, I think.
I like Gary's answer of like 90% of what she owns is Zenescope, so they end up together anyways.
That is a good answer.
Hi AJ, we just gave you a shout out.
AJ, hello. Hopefully you got back safe.
Also, Brian says in 2005 he finished the first 2 years of his master's degree and got married.
Hey, Mazel Tov.
Scott says we have ours organized by publisher and then series, and if it was me, I would separate the two, but that's just me.
I'm with you, Scott. That's what I would do myself.
Yeah. So for my one, it had like a lot of single issues because I'm actually like, I don't know, can I say it? I'm not really I'm more of a graphic novel person.
Really? I can say it.
I want to just grab the whole thing.
There's all different walks of life in the comic book universe.
So I really don't have a lot of single issues like of other publishers. So I have like a short box and it's pretty much like all Zenescope and then like this much like the other stuff. And I actually had to take out so much Zenescope filled it up that I had to take out the other publishers, and now they're just sitting. But the point is that like, how do you organize by series then? Do you like just go alphabetical series?
Yeah, so if you were to look inside my long box, my boxes are divided each one by publisher. But then once inside, it's by character. Like, even if it's like, I try and keep all my Batman stuff together, even if it's like a Detective Comics versus a Batman title. If it's to me, if it's a Batman book, I kind of lump them all together. I think I go alphabetical once I have the characters. So it'll be like Batman, Mad Monk into or like Batman the Cult into Batman Mad Monk into Batman whatever. So just based off of the subtitles.
So I guess this is like a very sales way of doing it is I have them organized by popularity. So like all the Robin Hoods at the beginning, and then it's like Robin Hood, Van Helsing, Bell, and then like further on, I think Grim Tales of Terror is 4, and then like Myths and Legends is a little further, and like Spotlight's a little further, and like then Gretel's in there, and so I don't know. There's so many fun ways you can organize your comics.
Yeah. No, and then it's funny you mentioned that because with my Zenescope The Zenescope ones are the only ones that are organized differently than everything else.
Oh, okay.
Zenescope, and partly because I'm working for the company,
Yeah.
I'm organizing them by release date.
Okay.
So I have like all of the releases from 2022 in chronological order, all of the releases from 2023 in chronological order, so that I can kind of like work backwards and be like, oh, well, when did that happen? Oh, okay, that was a 2021 thing. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And then I can go back and kind of map out the characters, you know, whatever from there.
Gotcha.
So that's just the way I've been doing it.
How do you organize your comics?
You
let us know in the comments below. Let's see.
Speaking of comics, this Wednesday, go to your local comic book store, pick up the latest issues, and let's what was the correct pronunciation?
Dagon.
No,
I think it's
Dagon.
Dagon.
I think it's Dagon.
You're right.
That Dagon. Dagon. That Dagon's gone up in here and he's doing some crazy stuff. He's fighting dragons and monsters and freaking big old ice towers. He is that big old daggone guy right there.
Okay, I love Brian's comment. I love that Noah said long box singular.
I do. Well, actually, I do have one long box. And then I have a short box, both in like the classic like white cardboard style. And then I've got two short boxes that are like made of wood. They're very fancy redwood, red oak kind of, very fancy. It's those are my public facing boxes. But once you open up my closet and you see like, oh God, geez, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's not nearly as many as some of our fans.
I'm not gonna lie. So my singular short box. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a graphic novel person. So the graphic novels literally go this far, and then there's a manga section under it. Okay, and I haven't moved everything over from my dad's place, so don't worry, guys. But I
was worried, but then you told me not to, so I'm settled.
Good.
You've calmed me.
But I did pay like an extra $5 or $6 to, instead of getting a white short box, to get one with Marvel characters at the Last Supper.
Oh, actually, that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I do like that. That's pretty neat.
And I'm not even a Marvel person. I'm much more DC out of the big two. But yeah. Let's see. So Gary says alphabetical series. I have Belle in the Bell box.
Hey,
Shout out. 3 GFT boxes, 2 Grim Tales of Terror boxes. Wow. Scott says we follow the order they show up in CLZ so we can keep track of them.
I want to know Gary, because Gary, if you haven't read Lovecraft's Legacy yet, spoiler, that's very Karis centered. And, I'm so used to seeing Karis as this, cameo character, making appearances in the background of the Tales of Terror books. To see her freaking going toe-to-toe with the,
So, not Myths and Legends Dagon, but Robin Hood Dagon. Karis is like an integral character. And it is like almost a little off-putting. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Well, you have this character that's kind of built up as this like,
crypt keeper.
Yeah. And she serves a very specific function within Tales of Terror. And then to see her outside of that interacting, like again, I know she's done it before. She was in Van Helsing, Hellfire. She was in a couple different like one-offs as like a featured character. But it's always kind of cool to see her actually like battling it out. But just my 2 cents. But when I was reading it, I thought of Gary, and I was like, oh, dude, Gary is gonna freaking love this, especially some of the action sequences, because those interiors were really cool.
Aww. It's cool to think like, we have different super VIPs that like you think of a certain character.
Oh, dude, I thought of those Meguro, the new icons came in, and I thought of Neil. And I'm like, dude, Neil's gonna lose his mind, dude. This is possibly in my one of my favorite covers.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. It's really far out when that one comes. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that the month. So,
we've spoiled worse on this show.
we have.
we've dug our own graves.
But there will be a Jasmine. I guess that's what we can say.
I think so. There was a Jasmine icon for the Ebass collection too, right?
Yeah.
So I think Maguro's just doing the same thing, where it's like, okay, you have your icons from your Ebass, now you've got your icons from Maguro.
So I think there is one character that might be different, but I can't, because we're definitely not doing it in the same order. Because I know Cindy was December of last year, and Cindy's coming up at some point, not December. So spoiler alert. So I don't know, like they're not like super correlating, and I feel like there's one character that was in last year, or like that wasn't in last year that's in this year. Like I think we did switch out like one or two, but it's pretty much the same characters, I feel like.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Who's to say?
Come back next week. We'll find out.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Please accept the mystery.
So, we didn't finish the how you organize our comics.
How do you organize your comics?
So Brian says he separates by publisher, then alpha by title, then numerical title. So pretty much pretty standard, I feel like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. When I go into stores, a lot of times they do go by title, not publisher. Like Marvel DC, they'll have their own racks for, but then everything else, like all the indies, kind of get smushed together by title. So when I go to check if like they have Zenescope, it's like, do you check the Z's or do you check the G's for Grimm?
Yeah.
So I know I've always been like, all right, I gotta go to G because that's probably where it is. Gary says my mother-in-law might be sleeping with my short boxes of no electric by Thursday.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Well, we hope they get better. We've definitely had our fair share of Philadelphia.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I am happy to announce that the air quality will be clean by the time everybody arrives for the VIP. Oh, a special shout out to the Cooksons who are coming to the VIP event in Philly. Heck yeah! I'm excited to see you guys. But yeah, we didn't already talk about it. Philly VIP, August 11th, August 12th. We got Pat Shand, who I'm gonna have him sign my key issues of Van Helsing and Robin Hood. We got Jenna Lynn Wright. We got both Daves. We got a Joe. We got a Ralph. We got Elias. We got Mike DeBalfo. We got Sun Kumanaki and John Royal making their debuts. We got Anthony Spey, Prodigal Son Returns. We got all sorts of crazy stuff.
Also, I've been kind of doing some sneaky look at the drive, look at the sketches, and I don't know, did you see any of them?
No, I haven't seen any. Last I checked, there weren't any available. Like, we didn't have the previews in yet.
So, Sons is pretty much done.
Oh!
Gorgeous. One of her best pieces yet. That's all I can say.
All right, I want to see. Is it Philly like themed?
Oh yeah, they're all Philly themed.
Can you give me a hint as to what it's Philly themed? Like, is she dressed up like a Liberty Bell, or is she's beating the crap out of a New York Islander?
Be very funny. I'm gonna keep it a secret.
All right, fine. But as soon as I get back up to the office, I'm looking it up.
Oh, we're gonna look at it right when I turn the camera
I know
on.
it before the stream's even over. The credits are gonna roll. We'll be looking at the drive.
Spey, I don't know who's doing Spey's colors. I don't know if it's Ula. I don't know. Ivan Nunez. I don't know. But I saw they got the pencils in. Very good. Elias's is like, I don't know. His stuff just makes my heart.
I know. You and I both talk. I talk about Elias all the time, especially whenever he does his. I think Maria Hart and I were talking about his Steampunk Wonderland crossover covers, connecting set, and just the fact that whenever he does those for us, he's doing everything. Yeah, I mean, he's a friggin' workhorse.
Yeah, and it's like he has to do that whole thing all at once too, because it's not like you could just be like, all right, let's work on connecting cover number 2 and then like try and draw it. Like, you literally have to do the whole background first. No, Daniel, I can't. But you know what? Maybe like in a later show, like maybe when we get closer to like July, maybe we can tease them, because I know we've teased stuff before where we like just zoom in on their face. So maybe.
I think so.
I'll say this about Sons. I like the way she made the Z-rated versus not.
Oh.
Like I think it's very creative. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Georgia, email me.
Email. Email. Email me.
Brian says, my local comic shop had a long box of Zenescope back issues. I went through and found a handful of covers that I bought to get signed.
All right.
Yay! Gary, that's so fun.
That'd be pretty damn funny if it
would
was,
be really
though.
funny. No, I will say I have not seen that yet, but not all the covers are in. So no. I don't know. Would we do that?
I don't know. It'd be fitting to have the goddess of death dressed in Philly's attire, considering they're the losingest. Listen, I'm not happy about it. I am just saying that lost. It came close and
well, we're talking about like the Phillies. Like they've literally lost the most amount of MLB games, and like they're not like we could have like a perfect season and we'd still be there. But that's just based off of we've been around.
Phillies are losing it.
No,
the Flyers are not doing too hot.
Can you give who did each character? You know what? Daniel, I will see how much information I can spoil for next week.
Skating the line of what's acceptable and what's not.
Yeah.
We talked about, we got the events coming up this weekend. Tomorrow, new release Wednesday. No new comic Wednesday.
Wait, isn't there? Oh wait, next week. I'm sorry, I always get confused because I always have to send out. I send out retailer emails, so I'm always a week ahead. I get confused. So next week we've got Grim Fairy Tale 73. It's got a funky name. It's like Beyond the Threshold of something.
Radiant is the blood of the baboon heart.
And then Gretel, right? Mortal Vice.
Yes. With both a Ignacio cover and an Ian McDonald cover.
Did you pick up both?
Yes, I did. I'm putting the Ian McDonald in with my regular books, and then fun fact, I've got a little filing cabinet next to my desk. That's where I put my secret stash.
Whoa.
People on the stream have seen some of my secret stash pulls before, where it's like, because I've cleaned out a lot of desks and cubicles in the office, and every time I do that, I'm like, whoa. Shit, German translation of New Line Cinema 7. Don't mind if I do. Paolo Pantalina's sketchbook. Help myself. Thank you very much. But yes, this Wednesday, Myths and Legends Dagon. Thursday, we've got our 18th birthday bash. 6 o'clock on Thursday. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. Did we decide on the game? Is that going to be?
I think it's what I wanted to do, but I haven't.
Which I'm game. That sounds fine to me.
I haven't gotten any confirmation, but I think we'll be playing a game.
I think you got confirmation from me.
Okay.
Now, do we need to actually like build something?
No.
Oh, yeah, the digital. All right. In the future, I would like to build something.
It would be very. Fun.
I think. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I want that Z20. I want that dice set.
Yeah.
You had to see it. It was like it because I can totally imagine. There was this awesome booth at Awesome Con that made woodcraft dungeon tower or dice tower. So you can put your D20 into the top of the castle, and it rolls out into the courtyard. But I'm just thinking you have that, and it's like the friggin' Burn Athen headquarters for the Realm Knights, and then you got your Sela and Red Agent action figures. It's the Burn Athen playset!
Is that Burn Athen?
Yeah, isn't that how you pronounce it?
I always called it Bryn Athen. But...
Burn Athen?
It was just so bad because like we're both vaguely from here.
Yeah, I'm from Lancaster County. Go Amish.
Oh wait, you guys like the Iron Pigs? That's Lehigh, right?
That ain't my. I like the Hershey Bears. Go Bears! I made Jason watch the Bears game over the weekend in the hotel.
Heard.
It was intense. It's the Calder Cup playoffs. Ain't nobody's friggin' 2-bit ice rink. That's for sure. We got Drax Gal.
Oh my gosh. Drax says last week you guys were talking about getting a dice tower. Did you get one this weekend?
No, I did. Drax, it was a little bit too rich for my personal pocket. I asked Casey if she wanted to go halvesies, and then I found out the real price, and I was like,
oh.
I love Zenescope, but maybe this is something Zenescope should pay for. So I'm either going to have to do a pitch to those who control the money to say, listen, this is why I think we should buy a custom woodcraft dungeon tower. Or I'll bust out my paper mache and cardboard skills and make my own little Zenescope action play set. But we'll see. I do think that I loved the Z20 game, and I think that we can do it again. And I think, it'd be really cool to have like a still shot of a little castle with some medieval music playing in the background.
I don't know. I wonder what it would be like if we like switched it up and made it like D10, like we did a bunch of different die.
Ooh.
Like the stakes are different, but I don't know.
All I can say is shout out to Casey for continuing to expand the catalog of Zenescope live stream games. Because they sure as heck beat my Rock'em Sock'em Robot paper cutout competition.
I still love Rock'em.
I loved it too. It definitely needs a little bit of work before we would ever use it again. But I would love to do another Z20. I'm excited for this new game. So stay tuned. We also have some interviews.
Yeah, Paul Green.
The Paul Green. Hello.
I was gonna say something. No,
we've been all over the.
I know
it's been a very, and I apologize for talking half the time, but this coffee's getting the job done.
I was gonna say, did you drink your Naruto? Okay.
No, I would die if I drank that right now.
Yeah.
I can tell when I'm too caffeinated. And,
yeah.
Well, I'm almost there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because of Villainous Grounds, by the way, but because of my poor brewing capabilities. That's why they put me in the friggin' prep cook. This is why, Calvin, if you're listening, I got stuck chopping onions and making friggin' scrambled eggs because we don't want this kid looking at our customers, and we sure as heck don't want him brewing the coffee. Just put him in the basement down there with the others.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
Here's how you make a Pecos Bill. Tomato basil wrap, eggs, pepper jack cheese, avocado, some other stuff, and you're good to go.
I wasn't sure if that was how we used to have you just keep talking until
we could do that, but no, I'm happy to share my former employer's recipes. Pecos Bill, make it yourself at home. Don't worry about it. Tell them Noah said it's okay.
Aw.
I think that's it. That's it, Chrissy. We got that. Chrissy. I said my piece, Chrissy.
Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. We always forget to say that at the end.
Like and subscribe.
Please, we like it because we see the hearts come up on Facebook.
It's a video and the hearts on the video.
And they make us really happy.
Yeah.
Bye,
like
everyone.
and subscribe.
We'll see those hearts come in
any day
during
now.
the credits.
There you go.
Bye.
Arrivederci.